If an 8-inch, 10-inch, or 12-inch unit doesn't satisfy your needs and desires, you might want to look for something a little bit bigger. Well, this Stereo Integrity HS-24 subwoofer might be the right one for you. Stick around and I'm going to tell you all about it.
Before we get started, if you're into tech, hi-fi, or movies, be sure to push the subscribe button for new weekly videos.
So what we've got here is the Stereo Integrity HS-24. That's right, 24 inches of subwoofer power. And today we're going to take a look and see what this thing looks like. Now this comes in two different models. It comes in a dual single ohm voice coil and a dual 2 ohm voice coil edition. So you can take a dual 2 ohm and wire those in series and get 4 ohms, or you could take the dual single ohm 1 ohm and wire them in parallel and get half an ohm load. So you can use those to get different loads according to what you need for your amplification. But today we're really going to focus in on what this thing looks like. And you know, the sub itself weighs about 140, 145 pounds, something like that. And they're $1,700, $1,800 per unit. So this is a literally big and heavy investment. And let's see what this looks like. I mean, it was very difficult to move this thing to the basement. It was heavy. It took 3 of us and a dolly and some sliding and some stairs and blankets and all kinds of stuff. But we're going to see what this looks like inside of the box. You know, as I said, make sure that you have plenty of people to help get this thing where it needs to go to, because it's well, it's a thing. So we've got 2 layers of cardboard on top here, which is nice. I assume that it's in a box facing straight up. We'll see. Or maybe it's double boxed. Okay, so there's another layer here. And oh my goodness, okay, all right. And another layer here. All right, so now we are down to plywood. And okay, the way it looks like this is going to be is that there will be a box, not necessarily a full enclosed box, but a frame with a driver in it, and then this piece raised above it to protect the driver from any damage on top. Okay, so what we're seeing now is we've got plywood here, or fiberboard or something, and this is protecting the driver, which is attached to the shipping frame underneath. Now, I thought this was going to be attached to the box below, but this is actually removable. So we can pull this out, and you'll want to be careful not to hit the driver when you do this. But that takes us down to this humongous subwoofer. And let's take a closer look and see what this thing looks like in the box like this. Okay, you can see the lid that I've pushed over there, and then here's the driver in the box. And you can see the kind of the feet on the lid. Keep that at the top of the level here with the cardboard. And then here's the driver. And holy smokes, look at this thing. I mean, this is legit. I've never, ever worked with anything like this. And I've worked with 21s, but a 21 does not, I mean, it does not feel or look like this. I mean, this is huge. Now, this thing is going to go, and excuse the mess over here, but I'm going to take it and put it in between these 2 tiny 15s. Yeah, tiny 15s. Maybe move these acoustic panels up, or maybe take one away and turn one long ways. But the only place I can put this thing in the room is in between the rears behind the seating here. So it's going to go back there to somehow, I don't know, maybe I'll have to take my chairs apart to get it back there. There's no lifting it over the chairs. I don't know that I can get enough strong people to do that. But it will have to find its way back here. It'll have a plate amp, and then, you know, it'll be fed off of the source over here, which will be, you know, depending on the time of day, you know, the Trinnov, the Accuracy, or the Storm. And I got a lot of XYZ stuff. So sorry for the mess, but man, this, oh my God. And maybe the box that I'm getting from GSG, the enclosure for this, is going to be slightly larger than what we're seeing right now. So yeah, I think to come into this room, I'm going to have to move everything out, clear all of these pieces that I have here, put it on some wheels, drive it through, and maybe if it's shallow enough, it'll fit through here, and I can just drive it through, turn it, and then bump it off and dump it over there. But that's going to be a lot. But just look at this thing. Oh my God. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get this. I'm going to cut probably the back piece of that box off, and then slide the frame out, and then move this box away. I'm going to try not to completely destroy the box. Not that I think I'll need it for anything ever, but just in case. And then we'll take a look at this thing in the frame and see what it looks like. But just quickly before we go, please read the following pages before touching or installing your large subwoofer. Do not push or pull on the dust cap, push or pull on the cone, push, pull, or squeeze the surrounds. Remove the surround clamps. Use uninsulated wire for any or all connections. Plug the subwoofer. Who's going to plug it into a wall outlet? I guess if you want to see 60 hertz and then melt it. Send the subwoofer for more than its rated power. Drop the subwoofer. Drill or modify the basket. Use self-tapping screws. Oh man, somebody would drill through the thing. Use or place anything magnetic or capable of being affected by magnetism near the subwoofer. Yeah, good rules to live by. But let's see what it looks like outside of the cardboard. All right, we've got the handheld here, and let's see. All right, so there are 4 of these blocks. So the speaker is attached in 4 areas by these bolts. There's going to be one there, another one over there, another one there, and then one on the far side that we can't really get to. And that is going to connect it to this piece of whatever that is. Chipboard, is that what they call it? I'm not sure. But whatever it is, it was completely strong enough for me to set this thing on its side and not have any of this stuff come loose. And you can see that the 2x4s are all drilled in with screws there very nicely. So you got 2 there. I assume there's going to be 2 on each side, top and bottom. And then the driver, everything is spaced just perfectly so they can put a piece of foam down on the bottom and have it rest on the bottom plate of this. So that's the packing for this HS-24. Now, to get this thing out, you know, you can see that they have a bolt in here, and you can see where they went through the plastic. So my assumption is they take this thing, it's in plastic, somehow they manhandle this thing into this hole. I mean, you need like a dang engine lift. I don't know. I mean, this is a lot of weight. For me, when it comes time, I might just take these screws out and figure out a way to then lift it up on this piece of board and move it away from the bottom, and then set it down, and then remove these and let this drop, and then pick it up and move it that way. I don't know if there's going to be any way I can get my fingers underneath this thing to pick it up and move it out. So I think I'm going to just have to disassemble it all. If anybody has a better plan, please let me know. But that's what I think I'm going to have to do when it comes time to get it out of this piece. So I've thought about it, and as I said, I think this is going to be the best way. I'm going to take these screws out. This will make this loose, and then me and Drake will pick this up and move it away from the base, and then I'll be able to remove this piece from underneath. So that will allow me to not have to pick the speaker up. It'll just sit on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and see if these come out. So with the screws out, this is loose. So we're going to set the camera up, and then you can watch us exert our manly prowess and move this thing. We are out of the packaging. This thing is crazy. Carbon fiber cone, humongous surround. This is some crazy. This is, it's beautiful. Now, if you come down here and look, You can see that on this side, you've got positive and negative poles here for connecting. You've got another set on the other side as at its dual voice coil. But this is it. This is the Stereo Integrity HS-24, and this thing is freaking amazing. Dual 2-ohm voice coil, and I'm really excited and looking forward to getting this into a GSG enclosure with a speaker power amp that will hopefully destroy this room. But we'll see, right? Who knows? Maybe one's not enough. Maybe I need two. Could you imagine? I can't imagine. All right, so that is how you unbox, at least the way I have unboxed HS-24 from Stereo Integrity. If you like this video, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things, and keep your eyes peeled because the next installment is going to be me showing you the enclosure, the amp, and then installing the subwoofer. And then we're going to go through, set this up in the system, and then do a full measurement of the subwoofer and see what it can do inside my room. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.